Okay, so we're going to review some questions before our rational numbers test. Miss Starling. Today's the 29th, 2020. And all of my classes can look at this. All right, so I'm going to go over questions 1, 3, 2, and this is technically 21, but it says 37. This is on the very back side. This one's very important because I know you will see something like this. So sometimes they'll say 1/8 or 2/5, or sometimes they'll say 40%. 40% is the same as 2/5. So let's knock this one out first. So it says there are 40 houses in a neighborhood. Company X provides electricity to 1/8 of the houses. Company Y provides electricity to 2/5 or 40% of the houses. So whenever we see 1/8 of and 2/5 of, we have to multiply. So 1/8 times something, 2/5, or 0.40. Okay, I'm going to do this decimal form because I need to turn my percent into a decimal. 0.40. So I'm going to multiply this by something. And when it says the houses, how many houses are there? 40 houses. Good. So I'm going to, that blurriness is killing me. So I'm going to say 1/8 times 40 and 0.40 times 40. I'm going to do this one first because it looks easy. It's just 40 times 40. So that's 0. 4 times 0 is 0. And 4 times 4 is 16. And then I need 2 decimal places. 1, 2, blam, blam. So this is 16 houses that Company Y provides for. So I'm going to write 16 houses over here on the side. Then 1/8 of 40. I am going to take 1/8 and multiply it by 40 and over 1. So 40 over 1 times 1 over 8. Hey. So 1 times 40 is 40. And 8 times 1 is 8. What is 8 times 1? 8. So 40 divided by 8 equals 5. 5 houses are provided by Company X. Okay. And then Company Z provides the remaining houses. Do I know how many this is? Did they give me a number? No, they didn't. But I know that 40 houses are the whole or the total. I have 5 here and 16 here. So I need to get 40. I have 5 plus 16 plus some number gives me 40. How do I figure out what this number is? I can add 16 and 5, which is 21. Good. I have to do the opposite of addition to find out what this missing number is. And this is what we're getting ready to talk about next week or the end of this week. So in order to find out what this is, I take 40 and I subtract 21. So I'm going to subtract 21 from here and subtract 21 from here. These 21s, what's 21 minus 21? 0. They cancel out. So then I have some number is equal to 40 minus 21. So cross out the 4, make it a 3. Cross out the 0, make it a 10. 10 minus 1, 9. 3 minus 2, 1. 19 houses are provided by Company Z. Ooh, look, they tried to trick me. They put 21 houses there because that's what 5 plus 16 is. But that is not my answer. I want 19. So then to check, I could say 19 plus 5 is 24. Plus 16 should give me what? How much? 40. Yes, ma'am. And it does. Okay, so that's a question that you're going to see that's on the test on, well, not that exact question, but it's similar on Thursday and Wednesday. Okay, back to the beginning. A factory makes 2 3/10 of rope per minute. How many feet of rope will the factory make in 7 minutes? What does the word per mean in this case? Each. So what do I have to do? Multiply. Okay, so what am I multiplying? 2.3 times 7. Actually, I'm going to go over some fraction questions. 4, 5, and 6 are fractions at the bottom. All right, so 7 times 3. 1, carry the 2. 7 times 2. 14 plus 2. 16. Where do I put the decimal? Between the who and the who. This 1 and 6, right? All right, 16.1 feet in 7 minutes. Okay, Bonnie had 5 cats that each weighed 6 2/5 pounds. How much do the cats weigh in all? What does each mean I have to do here? Move it to clear screen. It says in all. So 1 cat is 6 2/5 pounds. This is 1 cat. 2 cats are 6 2/5 times 2. 3 cats. So what am I doing? Say louder. Multiplying. So here's 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. I need it 5 times. So 5 times 6 2/5. What do I do with the 6 2/5? I can make it a decimal. Absolutely. What will it be as a decimal? What is it? Not 6.5. Oh, 2.4. How did you get 0.4 from 2/5? Yes. Oh man, why am I echoing? Hello? Hello? Will, are you there? Hey. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this is 0.4 as a decimal. So I'm going to write 6.4 times 5. 6.4 times 5. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so I converted 6 2/5 to a decimal, which is 6.4, and then I'm multiplying by 5. Now what's 6 times 5? 30. So I need my answer to be a little bit more than 30 because this is a little bit more than 6. So 5 times 4 is how much? 20. Carry the 2. 5 times 6, 30 plus 2. And then how many numbers do I need after the decimal? Hold on, I have one number that I circled because there's only one over here after this decimal. So I just go one time. Because if I went 2 times to the left, I would have 3.2 and that's too small. All right, so 32 pounds for those 5 cats. Okay. So I want y'all to see some questions with fractions because I know they're challenging. In a lot of situations, it's easier to convert a fraction to a decimal. That's why I gave y'all that benchmark fraction chart. In some situations where you have 1/3 or 2/3, those are repeating decimals and they're really hard to deal with if you're adding or subtracting and even multiplying. If you multiply with a repeating decimal, you'll get very, very, very close to the most accurate answer, but it won't give you an exact answer. So I try not to convert the thirds, but I can convert any other fraction on that chart. Where's my chart? I don't remember what I did with that. Do I have it in this book? No. But y'all know which chart I'm talking about, right? The one that has fractions, decimals, and percent. Okay, anyway, without further ado, Rhonda. Rhonda decided to buy a larger 1 1/4 pound package of baking flour rather than a 5/8 pound package. How much heavier is a larger package than a smaller one? So I need 1 1/4 pounds and then I need 5/8 pounds. Can I convert this to a decimal? Sure. Can I find common denominators? Sure. I'm going to show you 2 ways. So 1 1/4 minus 5/8 is my problem. What do 8 and 4 have in common as far as denominators? Well, they both can be divided by 2, but what can they go into? Because I can't make my denominator smaller. I want to make it I want to keep it the same or make it a little bit bigger. 8 is the multiple that they have in common. So I'm going to rewrite this as 1 and something out of 8 minus 5 out of 8. How do I get from 4 to 8? 4 times what is 8? Times 2. So do the rule, whatever I do to the bottom, you do to the top. So 1 times 2 is 2. Now I have 1 and 2/8 minus 5/8. I still can't do that because this is 2 minus 5 and I don't want a negative. So I'm going to do treasure under the church. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 2 is 10. So this is 10 over 8 minus 5 over 8. I will be left with 5/8. That is my final answer. Now, if I convert these to a decimal, I have to know these off the top of my head, or I have to know how to convert. TBO, how do I get from 1/4 to a decimal? TBO, top in, bottom out, 1 divided by 4. 4 goes into 125 times. So this is 1.25. Then TBO 5/8. What do you mean, Miss Starling? 5 in, 8 out. And I'm going to end up with 625 thousandths. So then this is that minus 0.625. I need a 0 here. Now I will subtract. I should get 625 as my answer, or 0.625 as my answer. Let's see if it works. So this becomes a 4. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. And 12, I'm ignoring my decimals, minus 6 is 6. I will get 0.625, which is the same as 5/8. So either one will give me the correct answer. If I convert this to fractions, if I leave them as fractions and find a common denominator, or if I convert them to decimals. But I have to be careful to avoid the thirds, the repeating decimals.